On the remote, windswept coast of the Orkney Islands in Scotland, nestled beside the Bay of Scale, lies a window into a world lost for millennia. This is Skara Brae, Europe's most complete and best-preserved Neolithic village. For over 600 years, from approximately 3180 BC to 2500 BC, a vibrant community thrived here, leaving behind a remarkable story etched in stone. Before the pyramids of Egypt were built, before Stonehenge reached its final form, the people of Skara Brae were building homes, raising families, and creating a society that offers us an unparalleled glimpse into the Stone Age. Join us as we journey back 5,000 years to uncover the secrets of this extraordinary settlement, a testament to human resilience and ingenuity at the edge of the ancient world. For centuries, Skara Brae lay hidden beneath the earth, its existence a secret kept by sand and soil. Its story might have remained lost forever if not for the fury of nature. In the winter of 1850, a ferocious storm battered the Orkney coast, stripping away the grass and sand from a large mound known locally as Skara Brae. The storm's violence revealed the outlines of stone buildings, intriguing the local laird, William Watt of Scale. He began an amateur excavation, unearthing 4 ancient houses and a collection of fascinating artifacts. However, the site was then left largely untouched for decades until another storm in 1925 threatened its survival. This prompted a more professional and systematic investigation, led by the renowned archaeologist Veer Gordon Child in the 1920s. Childe's meticulous work uncovered the true extent of the village and cemented its importance in our understanding of prehistoric Europe. The genius of Skara Brae's design is immediately apparent. The settlement is a tight cluster of around 10 houses, connected by low, covered passageways. This design wasn't just for community living. It was a clever adaptation to the harsh Orkney environment. The houses themselves were sunk into the ground and built within large mounds of midden, a mix of domestic waste, ash, and shells. This technique provided crucial insulation against the biting winds and cold winters, while also lending structural stability to the buildings. Inside each home, the world of its Neolithic inhabitants comes to life. The furniture, astonishingly, is also made of stone. Every house features a central stone hearth for warmth and cooking. Dominating the back wall, directly opposite the entrance, stands a stone dresser, perhaps for displaying prized possessions. On either side of the room are stone box beds, one typically larger than the other, which would have been filled with soft heather and animal skins for comfort. Stone tanks set into the floor were likely used for storing water or perhaps keeping bait fresh. One of the most debated aspects of Skara Brae is its surprisingly sophisticated infrastructure. Running beneath the village is a network of stone-lined channels and drains. Within some of the houses, small cubicle-like cells are connected to these drains. This has led many to speculate that the villagers had developed a primitive form of sanitation, perhaps even indoor toilets that could be flushed with water. While this is a compelling idea and would place Skara Brae far ahead of its time, scholars urge caution. The exact function of these features remains uncertain. They could have been used for disposing of household liquid waste, or perhaps they had an entirely different purpose related to craft activities that we don't yet understand. Without more definitive evidence, the idea of a Neolithic plumbing system remains an intriguing but unproven interpretation of the archaeological remains. So, what was daily life like for the people of Skara Brae? The wealth of artifacts discovered at the site paints a picture of a self-sufficient community with a pastoral economy. Animal bones reveal they were skilled herders, raising cattle and sheep, and also keeping pigs. While the climate was too harsh for extensive farming, evidence suggests they cultivated small plots of barley, likely used for making porridge or a simple ale. The nearby sea was a vital source of food. Fish bones and vast quantities of shellfish remains show that fishing and foraging along the shoreline were key parts of their diet. They were also skilled craftspeople. Fragments of pottery, known as grooved ware, have been found in abundance, suggesting they created their own vessels for cooking and storage. Stone, bone, and animal hide were fashioned into a variety of tools, from scrapers for cleaning skins to axes for working wood. Life at Skara Brae was one of resourcefulness, organization, and a deep connection to the land and sea. Stepping inside the reconstructed dwellings, a fascinating pattern emerges. The layout of the furniture is remarkably consistent from one house to the next. The dresser is always opposite the door, The beds are on the right and left, and the hearth is in the center. The bed on the right-hand side as you enter is almost always larger than the one on the left. This uniformity has led researchers to wonder about its social significance. Did the larger bed belong to the head of the household? Was the division of space related to gender roles, with men and women occupying different sides of the home? These are compelling hypotheses that hint at a structured social order within the village. However, without written records or more explicit clues, these ideas remain in the realm of theory. The patterns are clear, but the meaning behind them is a puzzle that continues to challenge archaeologists today. Beyond the practical tools of everyday life, the people of Skara Brae left behind objects that speak to a more symbolic and artistic world. Among the most enigmatic artifacts are the carved stone balls. Over 100 have been found at the site and across northeast Scotland, each intricately carved with knobs and geometric patterns. Their purpose is completely unknown. They may have been ceremonial objects, symbols of status, or even sophisticated weapons. Other finds include finely crafted beads, polished bone and ivory pins likely used to fasten clothing, and a small stylized figurine carved from whalebone, sometimes called the Skara Brae Budo. Traces of red ochre pigment and spiral motifs carved onto stone surfaces suggest a rich visual culture. These symbols, repeated in other Neolithic sites like the nearby tomb of Maeshowe, hint at a shared belief system or artistic tradition. While we may never know their exact meanings, these artifacts reveal that the lives of Skara Brae's inhabitants were filled not just with survival, but with creativity and a sense for the symbolic. After more than 6 centuries of continuous occupation, Skara Brae was abandoned around 2500 BC. But why did the villagers leave? For many years, the popular theory was that a sudden, catastrophic storm buried the village, forcing its inhabitants to flee. However, modern archaeology has found no evidence to support this dramatic conclusion. The abandonment appears to have been a gradual process. The most likely cause was environmental change. The climate was becoming colder and wetter, making life more difficult. At the same time, sand from the nearby dunes began to encroach upon the settlement, slowly consuming the fields and houses. It's possible that as conditions worsened and the community's social structures evolved, people simply chose to move away over time, seeking better land and new opportunities elsewhere. The exact combination of factors remains a subject of ongoing research, with no single consensus yet reached. Today, Skara Brae is no longer at risk of being lost to the sands. It is meticulously cared for as part of the heart of Neolithic Orkney, a prestigious UNESCO World Heritage Site that also includes the standing stones of Stennis, the Ring of Brodgar, and the chambered tomb of Maeshowe. A protective seawall shields it from coastal erosion, and a state-of-the-art visitor center provides context for the incredible ruins. Visitors walk along designated pathways, looking down into the ancient homes that are now protected by turf and glass roofs to shelter them from the elements. Skara Brae is not just a tourist attraction. It is a living laboratory for archaeologists, offering endless opportunities to learn more about our Stone Age ancestors. Its preservation ensures that its story will continue to be told and studied for generations to come. Skara Brae is more than just a collection of old stones. It is a profound connection to a distant past, a place where you can almost hear the echoes of family life from 5,000 years ago. Standing on the edge of the Atlantic, looking down into these remarkably preserved homes, we are reminded of the ingenuity and adaptability of early human societies. The villagers of Skara Brae faced challenges we can scarcely imagine, yet they built a thriving, organized, and culturally rich community. Their legacy, unearthed by a storm and preserved by the sands of time, remains one of the most important archaeological sites in the world, an exceptional and deeply moving glimpse into the heart of the Neolithic world. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more stories from our ancient past.